Sleep. Okay, hi guys. So this is part 2. This is part 2 of why I hate this Somali guy. So I left off as things got really worse. I've given birth now, bro. Like, I've given birth, bro. Like, and the day I gave birth, he wasn't there. I'll be honest, he wasn't there. He didn't want to be there. He said he doesn't care. He's not going to be there for me. He doesn't care if his child's coming in the world. He's not going to be there. I called him like, I'm in labor. Are you coming? Are you coming? He's like, what for? I don't give a fuck. I'm at a party. He starts screaming and shouting down the phone at me. The midwife goes to me, get off the phone. Like I wouldn't even have called him. Like, I did it on my own. Like, I gave birth on my own, to be honest with you. The midwife I only called him because the midwife was like, don't you have anyone here for you? You know, you might need somebody here for you right now. And I just thought to myself, like, I ain't got anyone. I ain't got anybody, so yeah. Gas and air is fine. And it was, boy. That gas and air was lit until the pain came. Yeah. So anyway, like I was saying, I'm not going to go too depth into my labor story because I want to talk about that situation another time. Okay, so I have basically given birth now, and I had a cesarean section. So yeah, I basically gave birth, and 3 hours later, he calls me and I say to him, I've given birth. Seriously, you're not going to come. Like, you're not going to be here for your kid on the day he's born. He's like, I'm at a party, I'm busy, I'm with my friends. And I just thought to myself, wow, like, I know. Like, I don't know where this is from, but I always believe if a man's not there the day the child's born, or for the child's birth, and he doesn't have a valid reason, he ain't never gonna be there in that child's life. He ain't never gonna be there for that child when that child needs him. I've always thought that, and surprisingly, come to think of it, I'm the only woman or that's actually gone through that situation, or only woman, that has experienced or seen that situation for themselves to actually be like, wow, that statement's kind of true. So he comes to the hospital, and bro, you know, I'm around other women that's just giving birth, fam. Like, I'm around other women that have just been cut, just giving birth, and they have their newborn babies. Their newborn babies are 3 hours old, 2 hours, or literally 5 minutes old. So this guy has come and he stinks. When I say he stinks, I mean he had like black, you know, like when you're sweaty and dirty and all sorts. He had like black sweat marks, you know, like when your skin is dirty and it's dead, it rubs together. You know, if you were to rub your arm, you see that sometimes when you're like damp and you just rub it really hard and you're getting off the dead skin. Bro, it was black. I just gave birth. You ain't touching my child. I don't care. I've just given birth and you stink. When I say he stinks, I'm like, what's that smell? You smell putrid. Like, it's sweaty, stinking, dampy, and like road. So I just thought to myself, you're not touching him. Like, you're not touching him. You're not doing skin to skin. And you smell like that. You're not touching him. You're not holding him. You smell horrendous. Like, horrendous. Like, I can smell, like, bro, hospital beds here. Like, say this is the whole cubicle right here, yeah? Hospital beds right at the other side. And you know, the chairs on the other side, because it's a bit different when you're giving birth. There's a lot more space. Not really. It's the same. But the chairs moved out of the way so you can put the little baby there. But yeah, and on top of that, you get your own room. So I don't know if that helps or explains if you've ever given birth. I gave birth in London, so most of them, their room you give birth in, and sometimes you stay in that room for a bit longer if you pay for it. I didn't pay for it, but hey, so yeah, he started cussing me. I didn't want you to have my kid anyway, you ugly fat bitch. I don't give a fuck if you're in pain. I don't care. Bro, once that morphine wears off, woo, bro, that pain is excruciating. And especially as your vibrations are low, you're down, your iman is a bit weak because you have not prayed and all sorts, because you know you're hearing negativity and more negativity and more hate. Like, this guy was saying, like, I just gave birth and he's screaming at me. I'm like, shut up. There's like women next to me. Like, one woman went to the midwife and was like, oh, can you tell them to be quiet? Like, they're shouting. And I'm thinking to this woman, why are you getting at me? Like, he's shouting. Like, he's the one saying he does not want me. He's the one cussing me. Like, why are you getting at me? The third, what? Because I told him to be there for his child. What woman wouldn't? I understand he's been toxic, negative, but like, if you're gonna be there in your child's life, you gotta be there for the day he's born, or like, you know. So that's how I saw it. I told the midwife came. She was like, "Oh, quiet down." The guy quiet down. So then he starts going on again. He's like, I don't want you to have my kid. I'm going to take the kid away from you. I want nothing to do with you. It's not my kid. I want nothing to do with it. I want a DNA test. I don't believe it's my kid. I don't think it's my kid. I don't want you. You're ugly. You stole my cum. The midwife comes in now, yeah? The midwife comes in now. And I swear it was like tea for her. Because she was like, oh, yeah? Bro, you're a midwife, yeah? You're meant to be there for the person who's just giving birth. We did going side to side talking about it. Oh, yeah? Well, we can arrange a DNA test. And I'm looking at the bitch like, this nigga out of here. Get him out of here. What do you mean? Get him out. So like, I asked him to leave, bro. Like, so the woman next to me, she's cussing me, and the next day she spoke to me about it, and I explained to her, I'm not gonna apologize. It wasn't me cussing. I'm not gonna apologize for a guy that I've actually not received an apology from for cussing. Okay, so yeah, and this guy is cussing me, violating me, saying, oh, I didn't want you to have my kids, you stole my cum. How do you steal someone's cum? Take it out a condom and stick it up you, yeah? Bro, you busted me. I didn't steal your cum. What happened. I didn't steal your cum. You just kept saying that. The midwife is there looking at you. She kind of snubbed. She was like, when you said, and I was like, you sound like an idiot. You sound like a fool. What do you mean someone stole your cum? I didn't take it out no bin. What do you mean? I didn't take it from you. Shit. So Bro, like, I didn't take it from him. Like, we both consented to have sex in a way. In a way, remember I said that. So, yeah. He kept saying that. He was like, oh, you fat, ugly hoe. I want nothing to do with you. I'm gonna take the kid away from you. He has nothing to do with you. What you here for? Nobody wants you. Nobody likes you. You ain't got no friends. Oh, before I forget, when I was pregnant, me and him knew the same people. Can you believe he made them stop talking to me because he also goes to that house? Because he goes to that house, I can't go to that house. Yeah, bro, I met him at that house. Like, I'd known that person for 14 years, bro. 14 years is a long time to be friends with a man and not have sex. But just saying, anyway. And his mum, like, I knew his mum very well as well, and his brothers. Anyway, we go back. So we're at the hospital, and the midwife is like, oh, you need to quiet down, you can't keep doing this now. And I'm like, finally she pattens up and stop trying to hear some kind of juicy information. And she's proper in it, like, oh, we can get you a DNA test, do you not believe it's your child? Bitch, what's wrong with you? Like, you know, what's wrong with this woman? Bro, so anyway now, yeah, I've gone to this woman, and I've asked her, like, can you get him out? Like, do you hear this negativity? I've legit just given birth 3 hours ago. Like, can you just get him out? I kept asking her, and she's still having a conversation with him. So eventually she calls security. Security comes out, and security's like, oh, you need to leave. He's like, no, call police, I'm not going nowhere. She won't let me touch my kid. She won't let me see my kid. And I was like, you stink. Like, your skin is black. I've just given birth to a newborn baby. Why the fuck would I want your dirt on him? Like, couldn't you have the decency to have a shower? Your kid's about to be in birth. Like, you're about to do skin to skin. He didn't even do skin to skin. The next day, actually, so yeah, I'm gonna get back to that. So yeah, he was like, no, call the police, I'm not going nowhere, that's my kid, I'm taking a kid with me, I don't care what anybody has to say. She stole my cum to the security guard. She's nothing, she's just a hoe, she's alone, she ain't got no one. To the security guard, I just thought to myself, why are you saying all of this stuff? Like, why are you cussing me? And like, he's saying to the security guards, like, she stole my cum, and I'm like, I did not steal your cum. Like, he held on to that one for the longest, bro. I think only this year he recently stopped. He held on to it for the longest. You stole my cum, rare, and all that type of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, I did not steal your motherfucking gum. And I didn't, because it would incline me taking it out of a condom. Okay, apology if the cameras moved. It died. So, no, it died. It didn't die. It said that I had too much, it ran out of storage. I don't know why I'd lie like that. Don't know why, when I just spent how much just to friggin' update my storage. But okay, doesn't work. But yeah, sorry, like I was saying, basically he got escorted out of the without a fight. He was basically, no, he's not going anywhere, I don't care what she said, I'm not leaving, I'm his dad, I'm the father of that child, and she won't let me see him, she won't let me touch him. I said, you stink. What mother's gonna let you touch a freaking newborn child that's just come out of the womb, smell fresh as ever, being wiped down with so no blood is on him, And you wanna tell me you wanna be touching up my baby? Brother, you stink. And I don't want that to be the first smell my child smells. I know I smelled good. I had a shower before I came in there. Yeah, it was just 3 days after I didn't, 2 days, I didn't have no, I had a shower. I don't know why I said 2 days. I had a shower. No, it was definitely, no, I had a shower. I couldn't move for a day, so I definitely had a shower later on that day. So yeah, after that, the midwife obviously the midwife had to write a statement, obviously, because he's already been threatening to kill me, violate me, cuss me, take the piss out of me every day, so the midwife wrote a statement. And if you don't know, the social services are actually downstairs from every hospital you go to. So yeah, so basically what happened was the head of social services, obviously they found out about that. They were like, oh, you can't leave for 3 days. It was, I believe, a Friday. They were like, oh, you can't leave for 3 days. After 3 days pass, you can leave. I was like, okay, it's natural to stay 3 days in the hospital. Sometimes you can leave the same day, depending on circumstances. But in this case, I actually couldn't. So yeah, so like I was saying, social services got involved, and because the midwife was there, they would believe what the midwife says. Like, I'll be honest, I spoke to my ILS worker about the situation. There was a few times where he called and she heard him for herself, how he spoke to me, how he was violating me, how he cussed me. So it wasn't particularly like I was lying. So my ILS worker, the midwife, they all wrote a statement. And for that, got put on a child protection plan because of him, because of his abuse, his violence, his mistake. Yeah, bro, that's not the worst. That's not the end of it. I've missed out some stuff because I don't want to talk about it too much, as I don't know, maybe one day my little one might watch this, so I don't want to make him seem that bad, despite he is. But anyway, so after that had happened with the social services, got put on a child protection plan the same day I was leaving. They're basically like, he can't be around the kid, they don't want him there. They were kind of mortified to hear that the father came, that I invited him, and all he could do was scream and shout. There are other women who just gave birth, but he does not care. If he wouldn't even care about me, why is he going to care about the others? You get it? I've got his actual kid, the others don't. So yeah, sorry, I'm really tired. It's really late now, as you can see. Okay, if it's moved again, it's because I've had to sort this iPad out. Saying I have no storage, like I just bought some. I know I got storage, like pattern up. Okay, so I'm gonna get back into this kind of depression thing that I'm not trying to hold as that. So yeah, how about I get back into this? Where we left off? I think it's yeah. So he's left the hospital. 'Cause, yeah, 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 so I've been placed on a child protection plan. I've left the hospital now. Okay, he came back the next day. Like the first day he came, I was like, "Rah, you come empty-handed." Here, the whole time he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring flowers to you." I was like, "What? Oh, bring me no flowers." Despite I would have loved some flowers, they would have been lovely. But hey, but that someone's hurting you. You gotta be a little sorry. What? You gonna give me that? Oh man. So yeah, he came back the next day in the hospital, and the security wasn't gonna let him in. She was like, "No, no, 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 you can't go up there." He's like, "Oh, I was on FaceTime with him." He was like, "Oh, it's fine." She said, "I can come today. It's okay." So I tried again. He's the father of my child. You gotta keep trying. Or maybe I just kept trying because I ain't got nobody in life. If I had somebody, maybe I wouldn't have tried so hard, So, yeah. He came back and surprisingly, I must have been in pain. He goes, "I don't care." And I was just like, "Rah, what an arsehole." What an arsehole. What an absolute arsehole. Like, he just didn't care. I was in pain, I don't care. The next day when that cup, bro, you would, you trying to, you trying to, I don't know, you trying to bear that pain. And like I said, I'm already in pain, emotional pain, like mental pain. So, physical pain too, bro. I'm telling you, it hurt. So the next day, like I said, the next day when he did come, nothing actually happened. He was a bit nicer. I think he took a picture and he went to his sister. I gave birth. I gave birth. Oh, he came. She basically was like, "Oh, he looks just like you." And to be honest, when he was a newborn, he looked like a splitting image of his dad. Like when I say splitting image, I mean splitting image. Like I hated him so much. You hate someone, your child will end up coming out like them. So I might have to hate my husband, inshallah. Despite loving him so much, so my kid can come out looking like him if it's a boy. Do you know what I mean? Now I know that's true, So yeah, so I've left the hospital now the next day, the following day, the third day. Like I said, they already sat down, had a conversation, talking about it, like, placing in child protection plan and so forth. So every 10 days, I'm going to leave that for another story time, how to get off a child protection plan, because I did it very quick. I'm going to take it, but hey. Yeah. So this is when things started getting worse now. And when I mean worse, I mean like a lot worse than it was before. So this guy, let's say 5 days, it's exactly 5 days after I've given birth, yeah? So that's 2 days since I've left the hospital, okay? So this guy is at my house. Technically, he shouldn't be there. I'm on a child protection plan. He's not allowed to be there. But obviously, I'm like, okay, let me try. Maybe it'll work out. Listen, you got to learn to understand, innit? So, yeah. So, anyway, he's come to the house. He's like, it was fine. It was a calm day. He was kind of happy. I was kind of happy. And then he started saying, "I don't want you to have my kid." Like, I don't want the kid. Like, I don't want you. I don't want the kid. Go away. Like, you and the kid can both die. And I looked at the kid, like, the kid's here, blood. How are you still saying this? Like, it's been 9 months. Like, it's been 9 months. Like, it's been like a good 9 months. How are you still saying the same stuff? Like, you already know it's here. Telling me, oh, I don't want it. So I said to him, get out of my house. He goes, oh, give me my kid, let me give him a hug. I said, no, get out of my house. What are you touching a kid for that you just said you don't want? That you just said I should have had an abortion for? That you just said you don't want me to have? That you just said you wish it wasn't here? Like, no, get out of my house. So he didn't want to listen. He's like, give me my kid, bro. Give me my kid. Give me my kid. I said to him, no, get out. So I've said to him, no, get out. Like, I've opened up the door or something like that. Because how dare you? Like, the kid's here. Like, the kid's in my arm, bro. It's a newborn baby, 5 days old, bro. And he's still saying the same stuff. And I just said to him, listen, if that's your mentality, go away. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't care what you have to say. And he punched me in my face, bro. Let me take my arm out. I was this close to literally the baby just going. Do you get what I mean? But because it's a newborn, he can like curve in your arm a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? Because they're so tiny. But because of how I was holding him and because of the shock, like, it literally pushed me to the side. And I could, like, if I had moved my arm, the kid would probably been dead. Wallah, I'm not even lying. The kid probably would have been dead. The kid probably would have been dead, bro. That's how deep it is. And I said to him, get out of my house. Don't ever come back here again. How dare you punch me in my face whilst I'm holding your kid? Like, I'm holding your kid, bro. He's like, I don't care. Give me my kid. I said to him, no. Then he kept coming. And then I think this, no, he's always said this. He goes, give me my kid and fuck off and die. Give me my kid. He'll live a better life. He don't need you. We don't need you. My kid don't need you. Get out of my life. Get out of my life. He'll live a better life. All sorts of stuff, yeah. And I just thought to myself, this guy's like really got to be kidding. Like, he's really violating me right now. Like, why is he doing this type thing?